All right, good morning, everybody. We are on the Daf Samach Gimel Amud Aleph. We got to the Mishnah, the second wide line. So, Lo Yeitzei Ish, a man should not go out. Lo B'Sayif, with five items. Lo B'Sayif, Lo B'Keshet, V'Lo B'Taris, V'Lo B'Allah, V'Lo B'Romech. With these five different weapons: a sword, a bow, a shield, a club, and a spear. The Yatsa Chayiv Chatas. If he goes out, he's a Chayiv Chatas according to the Tanakama. This is considered to be a masui, something which is carried, right? It is a burden, something that one carries. It's not worn, despite the fact that he might be wearing these items, and therefore one would be Chayiv Chatas deraisa for carrying this in the Rishus Rabbim. However, Rabbi Eliezer, Aimer Tachshitin Helo. No, these are considered Tachshitin, and we saw earlier Tachshitin come down to, in other words, Tachshitin are really permissible to wear. And then the question is there a gzeira? Are you or are you not allowed to go ahead and wear it for a different reason, whether you're going to go ahead and show off to somebody, whether it appears that you're going to be doing some sort of forbidden work on Shabbos. So Eliezer says it's considered to be Tachshitin. And the Chamim say, and Chamim explain, who's explaining Tanakama, Einan Elul Ganai. No, that which you have weapons is only a Ganai. Actually, weapons are a bad thing. Shenamar, the Pasuk says, right? The kisu charvoisam liitim v'chanisaisayim lemazmeros. So it says over there that their swords will turn into plows and their spears will turn into different gardening utensils. And lo yisa goy al goy cherev v'lo yumadu od milchama. Right? And the nations will not, once again, they will not go ahead and fight one another. Right? They will not go ahead and fight one another. And in other words, because there won't be any more war, and therefore, basically, all weapons will be outdated and no longer used. So therefore, so basically, it's a ganai. Excuse me. Fine. So that was that case. So now the Gemara will explain. Now, bira tahira v'yaitzim b'Shabbos. A biris. So biris is a tahira. Biris is tahira. We'll soon see what it is. It's a certain type of like a garter that's worn by a woman. And that is tahira. It's not considered to be a beged or something which is makabel tuma and can be worn on Shabbos. And kivalim, which is very similar, which is basically a two-legged garter which really connects with a chain to one another. Those are tameim. Those are tamei. The enyayitzim Shabbos, and then you cannot go out on those in Shabbos. So two opposite halachos by those two very similar items. We'll have to understand that in the Gemara. So let's see. First part of the Gemara we discussed the weapons. So my bala. So what is bala, which was the fourth thing that was mentioned after shields? So kulfa, that's considered to be a kulfa, is a cool looking club, right? Club with spikes on it. Rabbi Eliezer Amir Tachshitin Helo. Rabbi Eliezer says no, these weapons are considered to be tachshitin. So Tani learned Brayso. Amar lo Rabbi Eliezer. They said Rabbi Eliezer v'chim yachid tachshitin hein lo mipnei ma hein b'tel mos Mashiach. If they're considered to be tachshitin, right, adornments, why are they mevatel in the Mos Mashiach, right? We're going to have tachshitin then. So because they're not going to be needed. Shnamar, the pasuk says lo yisa goyel goyev cherev, because it says there won't be any more war. There won't be, between two nations. So let it just be a regular, whatever type of adornment, rather type of thing that's cool looking. Why is it? You mean mevatel? Why is it gone? Okay, so it's not needed for war, but you can go ahead and you can wear it. So Amar Abaye, mita dahavi ashraga bitara. It'll be basically like a candle during the day, considered to be useless. And since it's considered to be useless, therefore, basically, there won't be any noise, there won't be any satisfaction to wear it. Upligi the Shmuel, argues the Shmuel, Damar Shmuel, ein bein ha'ilam haba li'mos Mashiach, ela shibud galias bilvad. The only difference between Yemos Mashiach and right now is Shibud Galias. So knows that we're not going to be exiled. We're going to be in Eretz Yisrael. So in other words, but there's still going to be weapons. So according to Shmuel, there will still be a need for weapons because they'll still be used between nations. Shenamar says, right? The pasuk says that there won't be no longer. There will still be poor. No, they won't get rid of all the poor. And Messiah. So in other words, according to Shmuel, he holds that everything will still be needed in the days of Mashiach. However, that which we say weapons will be gone and will be useless. That is Messiah. That would be supported by Mashiach. All these different nevuas that we have, what's going to be in the final days, is only referring to Yemos Mashiach. So that which we say all the weapons will turn to gardening tools, right? That is according to Rabbi Chia bar Abba, who holds that that there won't be any more weapons. So therefore, that which we say that there won't be more weapons is Rabbi Chia bar Abba about the Olam Haba. When it comes to Olam Haba, Ayin la rasa aleikim zulascha. No one knows what that is, and therefore there is no nevuah as to what Olam Haba is. We can only the nevuahs is only talking about Yemos Mashiach, but it is not to go ahead in terms of after the days of Mashiach when it will be Olam Haba. That is not discussed or described through any visions. Some of a different version. So Amr lo Rav Eliezer said the tachshitin hein lo mipnei ma hein betel Yemos Mashiach. So if they're considered to be tachshitin, why are they mevatel? So then after Yemos Mashiach ain't a betel. No, even during Yemos Mashiach they're not batel. And the Haina de Shmuel, that'd be like Shmuel, who said, right, because Shmuel was the one who said that, no, during the days of Mashiach will be just like today, except that we won't be under the Goyim, we'll be in Eretz Yisrael. But please, actually, Rabbi Abba says, no, that during Yemos Mashiach, all the weapons will be null and void. Amar le Abai le Rav Dimi, then some say it was Rav Avia, and some say it was Rav Yosef le Rav Dimi, Rav Avia, and some say Abai le Rav Yosef. What they say, my time of Rabbi Eliezer, what is the reason according to Rabbi Eliezer, a sword or any of these weapons are considered to be tachshitin? The pasuk says, Chagor charbecha al yirecha gibor hoidecha v'hadarecha. So it says basically tie your sword to your thigh, right? And that's how the and that's how the mighty ones go about. So we see that over here it says basically tie your sword to your thigh. Basically, your weapons are on you. That's considered to be tachshitin. So we use this pasuk and refer to divrei Torah, that you should have your weapons, your divrei Torah, on your thighs, ready to go. So Amarle ein mikra yetz midei pshuta. In other words, yes, you're right. It does. We do say it signifies in terms of or symbolizes a Torah. However, it also the pasuk is describing a sword, so we can't say it's not referring to a sword. It refers to a sword and also Torah, because the Torah, the Shat Psukim, you can't. Even though it might be symbolism for something else, nevertheless you can't take the pashup shot out of the pasuk. And Amrav Kana Havin Be Bar Tamni Sari Shinin. I was once when I was 18 years old. Talmuda. I learned all of the Talmud, all of the Shas. And I didn't know this one rule. Right now, I learned all of Shas, but when I was by 18. But I never heard the rule of Ein Mikra Yitzei Midei Pshuto, and never learned until now. And as my Kamash is going to teach us, Deligmar Inish V'Hadar Lisbor. In other words, you should go ahead and learn a lot, and then you start, gathering concepts. So one, even if he doesn't understand a lot, but if you cover a lot of ground, and then things start to come together, then you'll realize. So don't say, oh, you shouldn't go out until you know everything, but rather, no, you see, you move on, and then you see it builds up, and then eventually you'll learn, different rules. Right. So skip the Tudats. So the Simon. So Amar Rabbi Yirmiyah, Amar Rabbi Elazar, Shnei Talmidei Chachamim Havachlim Zeh Halacha. Two Talmidei Chachamim sharpen one another in halacha. Hakadosh Baruch Hu Matzliach Lahem. Hakadosh Baruch Hu will bring Hatzlach to them. Shneimar Zebaz says, V'Hadrecha Tzlach. Right? He'll bring your derech. He'll bring Hatzlacha. And Altriya V'Hadrecha Ela V'Chadedecha. Right? Don't say the splendor, like Hadar. Rather Chadad to sharpen. Right, they sharpen one another when learning halacha. Oh, not only that, el sha'elin l'gdula, they'll be raised to greatness. Shinamar Zebas says, tzalav rachav, right, they'll be raised up. Yachal afilu shelo lishma, even maybe if they learn shelo lishma. Tamalei bar al dvar emes, for matters of truth. And yachal im hagisa daito, you might think also if they become a bal gaiva, tamalei bar ba'anavat tzedek, right, and they'll with their anivas, with their humility. If they do this, then they'll be merit to receive the Torah that was given with the right. Shinamar Zebaz says, right, and the right hand will teach you, will give you the Torah. So it will be zeicha to the right hand. And similarly, Rav Nachum Bar Yitzchak Omar zeichen l'devarim shinamar b'yamina shel Torah. He'll be zeicha to the things that are given to a person who has the right hand of the Torah. The Amar Rav Shila of Amilam, so Sam Rav Yosef Bar Chama Rav Sheshes. My dechsi, what does the pasuk mean? Orech yamim b'yamina b'smala of Oishev v'chavod. Right? What does it mean? that the length of days are in your right, and the left is wealth and honor. So, if a one who does things that the right, in other words, as we'll soon see, you do things that are the right. In other words, you're trying to go ahead and learn and delve and put an effort. Those are things that are done with the right. So that lengthens your days, but does not give you wealth and honor. Rather, it means to those who are those people who mean who do things. The mining, as Rashi says here, I think. From the Rashi. There's a Rashi in this. L'mayanin, right? Shaltara shmefashin tameyan b'diktuk v'vorin kiyumin hayuminos l'malacha, right? There was like a person who delves in and who goes into every nuance and every diktuk in order to clarify, just like one does, like with his right hand, I guess, when like a person who's a craftsman, who's a craftsman who works very carefully with his right hand. So that's the person how he treats his Torah. And it means that he'll get long days, and certainly in kol sheked and lamas me'ilim and those who, however, deal with it as a left hand and is not as careful, they might have wealth and honor, however, but they won't have length of days. And Amar Rabbi Yirmiyah Amar Shimon Lakish, Shnei Talmidei Chachamim Hanochin Zeb Halacha. Right, if two Talmidei Chachamim they get hana from one another, right? They learn pleasantly with one another in halacha. Hakadosh Baruch Hu makshiv lahem. Hakadosh Baruch Hu listen to them. Shnamar, as the pasuk says, as nidbru yirei Hashem. Right, then we'll speak to those who fear Hashem. They'll learn together. And ein dibur el nachas, and the word dibur is nachas. Shnamar, as the pasuk says, yidaber amim tachtenu. It says over there, right, that he will yidaber, this lashon of dibur is nachas. In other words, over there, he was like humbling under the other nation under us. Well, my l'chayshvei shemo, and what does it mean? L'chayshvei shemo is a part of that pasuk. So Rabbi Ami, afilu chishev la'asais mitzvah nanas v'lo. So even a person wants to go ahead and do a mitzvah, and he has some sort of accident that or something which is preventing that he can't help. Ma'lo v'kasav kilu asa. It's as if he did it. And Amar Rabbi Chanina bar Edi kol ha'isa mitzvah kamaimra. A person who does a mitzvah as it's supposed to be done, ein vasna sabasuros ros. Right, then he will not have bad things happen to them, evil things happen to them. Shnamar Zabaz says, "Shomer mitzvah lo yeda davara." Person who's shomer mitzvah, he will not know of a bad matter. And Amar Rav Asi v'temer Rabbi Chanina, afilo Kodesh Baruch Hu geizer gzeira hu mevatli. Even Kodesh Baruch Hu is geizer gzeira that he should be punished. His shmira mitzvah can't help him. Shnamar, as the pasuk says, "Kashir devar melech shoton miyomar lo u'ba'atase." So it says over there, the one pasuk says, right, that which the king says, who's going to say anything against the king? HaKadosh Baruch Hu's geizer gzeira, nevertheless, and it puts it right next to it, says, Shomer mitzvah lo yeda devara. The person who's shomer mitzvahs, he won't know an evil matter, even if it was decreed by the melech. And Amar Rabbi Abba Rabbi Shimon Lakish, and Talmidei Chachamim hamakshivim zel zeb halacha. Two Talmidei Chachamim who listen to one another in halacha. HaKadosh Baruch Hu shamei lekolan. HaKadosh Baruch Hu listens to their voices. Shnamar, as the pasuk says, hayesheves beganim. Those who sit in the garden, right? They go ahead, they listen to my voice. If they don't listen to one another, then they cause the Shechina to leave. Shnamar, as the says, right? It says over there, right? And I guess it runs away. The Shechina will HaKadosh Baruch Hu will basically leave his presence. And Amar Rabbi Abba Rabbi Shimon Lakish, Shnei Talmidei Chachamim Hagdin Zev Zev Halacha. Two Talmidei Chachamim that basically they're medagel one another, right? They gather one another, right? Hakadosh Baruch Hu oiver. Hakadosh Baruch Hu loves them. In other words, even despite the Shnamar v'diglu alai avei, right? The diglu kind of from degel, right? So the banner from over me is love. And Amar Rav v'hu diyadad surasa the shmaitza. In other words, when they're learning one another. Because they have one another, even if they're not experts, right? But as long as they know some of it, right? And this is only talking about if they don't have a rabbi in the city of who to learn from. No, there's no one expert to learn from, and so therefore, and they still have remnants of what they know. Their learning is not necessarily the highest level, but doesn't make a difference as long as they learn somewhat. Then there is a fulfillment of this pasuk. And Amar Rabbi Abba, Amar Rabbi Shimon Lakish, Gadol Hamalva Yosim and Oisei Tzedakah. Greater is one who gives loans, better than he who gives tzedakah, gives charity. Umatil Bakis Yosim Miklan. A person goes ahead and basically gives someone some sort of a loan or items to use for work, that is even greater, than a loan of money or charity, because he allows the person to go ahead and make his own living. And in Amar Rabbi Abba, Amar Hashem Lakish, im Tamar Chacham, Noikim v'Noiter b'Kanachashu, Chagareo al Masnecha. So he says, even if Tamar Chacham, right, he's cunning, he's right, he's not of the finest midos. Nevertheless, have him near you because he's a Tamar Chacham and he is wise. And it says, Imam Aretz hu chassid, even Amaretz who's a chassid, who's a big tzaddik, but he's Amaretz, he's unlearned. Al toda b'shchunasa. Do not live in his shchuna, right? He might be. Do not live amongst them because I guess since he doesn't follow, he doesn't know all the halachas. Therefore, perhaps his unlearnedness might rub off on you. So Amar Rav Kana, Amar Rav Shimon Lakish, V'Amar says Amar Rav Asi, Amar Rav Shimon Lakish, V'Amar says Amar Rav Abba, Rav Shimon Lakish, Kol Hamagadel Kelev Rob B'Sach Beiso, Ma'neya Ches B'Sach Beiso. A person who goes ahead and raises an evil dog, right? A bad dog in his house, then he will prevent chesed from his house because people won't want to go there. But there's a dangerous dog. Shinamar lamas. It says there lamas. Mareyu. The pasuk says in Eov lamas mareyu chesed. Right. So he says over there, and he will withhold from because of the mas. Chesed. Shechem Lashon Yevonis Karin Lekelev Lamas, because they call in the Greek language a dog. What do they call it? It's called Lamas. So it says because of Lamas to prevent Chesed. And Rav Nachman Bar Yitzchak Omar Af Pareg Mimenu Yishmayim Yisrael Leave Shenaz Pas says the Yiras Shadai Yazo. It says over there, and he will abandon the fear of Hashem. That will also leave. So in other words, a bad dog, people won't come over. They'll be scared. And therefore, you will prevent yourself from doing chesed, and therefore also he will no longer be Yerei Shemayim. And one time, a woman went to a neighbor's house either to bake, or there was some sort of public oven they used to go ahead and bake. And Novach ba kalva, a dog, the owner or someone's dog barked, and it was a very scary dog. And Yisakir Vlada, and she had a miscarriage. She miscarried, right? She felt that her fetus, dropped. It was uprooted from her fear. Summerly married the vese. So the owner of the house says, lo litchitkli the shakli nive the shakli turfe. He said, don't worry, we removed his fangs, we removed his claws, not dangerous, don't worry. Oh, the dog doesn't bite. And I'm sure, every dog owner says that, he's the friendliest dog doesn't bite. Summerly. So he said to him, Shakul tivascha v'shadi achzirai kvar nad vlad. She says, you can go ahead, take your kind words and throw them away because your dog already did its deed, already, scared me to the point that I miscarried. So, you can take your no fangs and no claws out of here. Fine. And we're almost done with the darshan of psukim. What does it mean? Samach bachur bi'adusecha v'tivucha libcha b'mei b'charasecha. So it says there, be happy in the days of your youth, and goodness heart in the days of your young. And go in the ways of your heart. But you'll see in your eyes, you'll know. All these things will bring you to judgment. So ad kan divrei Yetzirah. The first part over here is still Yetzirah. Mikan velech divrei Yetzirah. After divrei Tov, in other words, that so in the beginning is these descriptions is. In the beginning, is referring to the Yetzer Hara was telling, you can do whatever you want. And the Yetzer Tov basically tells you that, no, you're going to have to answer to all these things. And Reish Lakish Omar Ad Kana Divrei Torah. The first part of the Divrei Torah is all the goodness. In other words, you can go ahead and learn and all that. And Mikan Velech, the Maisim Tov. But after that, then he says you have to fulfill the words of the Torah because you'll be held to judgment. And that was referring to filling those psukim. Fine. 2 dots. Now we got back from the Agadata, which once again we got off on a tangent as we were describing utensils of war. So now the next part of the Mishnah, the last 2 parts of the lines of the Mishnah, the last line of the Mishnah, I'm just turning back. It says of there, biris tahira v'yaitzim of a Shabbos. So there is these biris, which I mentioned were like a garter, that were tahira, that were not mekabel tuma, and a woman can wear them on Shabbos. And I know the 2 are not necessarily related. And the second one is kavilim, or kavlim are tameh, and you cannot go out on Shabbos. So let's see what's going on here. So Amar Rav Yehuda, biris zay atzada. So biris is atzada. atzada. Atzada is on an armband. It's an armband. It's worn on the arm, like on the sleeve. So Meser Rav Yosef, Biris Tahira V'Yaitz Rav Shabbos. Vilu atzada Tameya. So what do I mean? We have a price that Rav Yosef taught. He said that Biris are Tahira, and you can go out in them on Shabbos. And then he said atzada are Tameh. So obviously atzada are not Biris because it's two different things, right? One is the armband, and so what's this Biris? So Achikomar, Biris Tachas Atzada Oimedis, right? Biris is like the Atzada, like the armband, like is used for, let's say, armband to keep their sleeves down. So therefore, the Biris, that was the Atzada. So the Biris actually worn on the leg, basically to keep the socks or the stockings up higher, and they were worn on the leg or on the thigh in order to hold it up, like a garter. So that was a Biris. Right, it was just like it's not an armband. Armband is on the arm. This one is on the leg, is on the thigh, is on the shoke, and this one holds up the stockings. Now, Yosef, Ravin, Rav Huna, Kamed Rav Yirmiyah. So one time, so Ravin and Rav Huna were sitting before Rav Yirmiyah, Yosef, Rav Yirmiyah, and the Rebbe was falling asleep. Rav Yirmiyah was falling asleep. The Yosef, Ravin, V'Koma, and Ravin get up and said, Biris, Be'achas, Kivelayim, B'Shtai. It says Biris is one. It goes on one leg. One leg is one garter on one leg. And kivalayim go on two legs. Basically, it's two legs with a chain that connects the two garters, and that's called kivlayim. So Amalei Rav Huna, elu ve'elu b'shtayim. So says Rav Huna, no, both of them are a two. Umatilin shalshalas b'neiim. V'nasa kivlayim. Now, when there you wear two of them, so you're wearing two biris. Once you put a chain that connects these two garters, right? Then it's called a kivlayim.
What is it made of, the garter, the band? What
the
material?
Band, I guess it could be a metallic. I mean, in the corner of that picture that Abe is showing, he's
okay. So there's no any metals or any issue that mekabel tuma.
Right. I mean, we'll soon see it. We'll soon see that even things that are woven can become tamei, things that are metal can become tamei. Yeah, but those items are mekabel tuma.
Okay.
But it's something that holds up, right? So the Gemara says that the shashela shabo masu lemana. What do you mean? So you put a chain up, and all of a sudden the chain. No, till now we said it's tahor. Once you put a chain on, it makes it tamei. So if it's like Rav Shulman Rachman, how do you know that something which is metal is if it's a noisemaker, it's tamei? Shinamar, the pasuk says, we saw this earlier, called davar sher yavo ve'esh afilu dibur. So this is called davar. We darshan the word davar, which seems to be extra, as dibur, as making noise, as talking, right? So anything which goes in a fire, any metallic item which makes noise, like dibur, right? That is makabel tuma. So maybe the chain, because it makes noise, it's like now makabel tuma. So bishlam hasam kabay kala. I understand other cases you're making noisemakers. The point is to make noise. However, v'kavin ma'isa, and therefore you're doing ma'isa. But over here, what's the noise making doing? It's not. There's no purpose of the noise. So hachanami kavin ma'isa. No, over here there is a ma'isa. Actually, the chain is useful. The chain is useful. Why? Damar Rabbi Rachana, Amar Rabbi Yechon, mishpach achas haisa b'Yerushalayim. There was a family in Yerushalayim. Shahayup siyos gasas. They used to walk very large steps. V'hayu b'sulasei noishois. And their hymens, I guess, would get damaged from the large steps. Their basulim. The asalem kivlayim v'etilu shalshos b'neim. They make these kivlayim, these chains, so they wouldn't take large steps. Shaloyup sulasei gasas. No, they wouldn't take large steps. V'hayu b'sulasei noishois. And then their basulim were no longer fell out or got damaged because now the chains limited their large steps. So this whole time we mentioned Rabbi Yirmiyah was falling asleep, and Rabin and Rav Huna were having a discussion. So all of a sudden Rabbi Yirmiyah woke up. He said to Rabbi Yirmiyah, Amarlo Yashir. He says, yeah, Shkayach, that's exactly how it was explained in terms of the shalshelas, the chain, and it does do a ma'isa. And it is functional. That's why it's makabel tuma. V'chein Amar Rabbi Yechon. And that was so too the way Rabbi Yechon explained. Fine. So Kiyasar Rabbi Yechon Aminayin Lo Orig Kol Shehu Tamei. How do you know that anything is woven is tamei? So mitzitz, we learn it from the tzitz. All right, we're soon going to ask on it. I know. I also had the big issue of what it means since it's not woven, it's metallic, right? So I'm really the tzitz arigu is the tzitz. Israel. Now the tzitz was the plate that was worn upon the head of the Kohen Gadol. So tzitz ariku. Right? It was like a metal plate, or excuse me, of gold. The Reichav Shtei Etzbos, and it was the width of 2 etzbos. And it would go from ear to ear. It would be worn on the forehead of the Kohen Gadol. The Kasuv Allah of the Beis Shita, and on it was 2 lines, Yud Hey, right? There was the Yud Kei Vav Kei Lamalo was above, right? Above or first, right? The Kodesh Lamed Lamata and Kodesh Le, right? It's basically supposed to say Kodesh La Hashem. The problem is if you write Kodesh La Hashem, you have Hashem second, right? Because the word Kodesh comes first. So and Hashem always comes first, right? So either there actually there's pictures in the art scroll. Those of you have the art scroll, or maybe someone could just post, show the picture of the art scroll. But it shows over there is machlekes as to how it does. But some say, according to Rashi, at least, there you go. Thank you. It says, all right, the word Yedid is written in instead of Yud Kei Vav Kei, which is Hashem. So Hashem would be on top, and it would say Kodesh Le underneath, but should be read Kodesh La Hashem, right? So in other words, but we see over here, what's the point of this? The point of this is that it was metallic, it was made of gold, it was not woven. So how could you learn everything is woven is tummy from the tzitz if the tzitz itself was not woven? So Amar Rabbi Eliezer, Rabbi Yisani, when I was in Rome, I saw the cost of Kodesh Hashem b'shita achas. I saw actually it said Kodesh Hashem in one line. So Kisalek Rav Dimilan Hard Yashachlu. He said Dvarim Shamarti Lahem Tos. That which I told you guys was actually Tosim. That was a mistake. Baram, however, Kach Amru. This is what they said. Mishum Rav Yechlan in line l'tachshit kolsh shehu tamei. How do we know that any sort of tachshit, adornment, is tamei? The tzitz. That is learned from the tzitz. Uminayin la'orig, and how do you know that anything was woven? Kol shu, any size which is woven shu tamei, that is tamei. So obeket, that comes to the word obeket, right? The pasuk over there says mikol cleats obeged, right? It says over there obeged comes to include anything woven. There's no minimal size as long as there's a weave in it, right? Then it's tamei. So tanara banan kol shu tamei, v'tachshit kol shu tamei. Right, anything which is woven is tamei, right? Tachshit, any amount is tamei, and arig v'tachshit kol shu tamei. And also, if it's woven and metallic, and it's together, then it's tamei. And meisiv sak alabeged shetamei mishum arig. We'll explain this by soon that more tamei is the sackcloth alabeged shetamei mishum arig, because that is tamei because if it's woven. We'll soon see what that is. In other words, that the sackcloth is more tamei than a beged because that is arig. And Omar Rava Ari Kolshu Tamei Mi Obeg. We saw earlier that Rava said it's that which is woven, any amount is Tamei from the words Obeged. And Tachshit Kolshu, anything which is Tachshit is also Tamei Mitzis, from the Tzitz. And Ari Tachshit is both woven and metal. Kolshu is that any amount is Tamei Mikli Mikol Kli Maisa. From the word it says Kol Kli Maisa in the pasuk, right? And Amar Le'omer Rabbanan L'Rava, I hope the Midyan. That was what we were talking about Midyan. We said over there where it says with Moshe. They said take all the Kli Maisa, but those are because they're tamei. But those are tamei from Tumas Mace. They had a war and they became tamei from Tumas Mace. They came in contact with with corpses. So how could you compare the Tuma that we're talking about, like Tumas Sheretz, right? Oh, it's tamei because just like over there was tamei. But that was Midyan. That was Tumas Mace. So how could you learn, something which is, light from something which is so severe? Maybe Dafka in the case of Tumas Mace, everything is tamei. So it says no. Amarle Gomar Kli Mihasim. We learn a Gzer Shav Kli. Right? It says by Shratzim it says Kol Kli Asher Yasam Alacha. Right? And it says over there Kli. So therefore we learn a Gzer Shav that just like over there, any Kli, any size Kli was tamei for Tumas Mace. So too over here, any Tumas Mace was Tumas Sheretz. And we will stop here. I wish you have a wonderful day, wonderful Shabbos, and I assume regular 30 on Sunday, Mitzvah Shem.
Shabbos